Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome and thank you once again for participating in this Technical and Community Advisory Committee. First up, I need a motion to approve the agenda for today. Moved by Trevor, seconded by Jim. All those in favor? Opposed? The motion is carried. The next is the adoption of the minutes of September 24th. Moved by Ken, seconded by Trevor. All those in favor? Opposed? The motion is carried. The next item is chair's remarks, and I just briefly to let you know that when we go over the proposals for Amendment 9, we will not be discussing item 4 on that memo because there will be a discussion on October 30th at CRD Committee of the Whole to discuss this agenda item, and then once the board makes a decision one way or the other, it will come back to this committee to have a look at. So the next, Greg, you had your hand up.
There we go. Yes, thank you, Chair. I'm sorry, I did have a comment on the adoption of the minutes and a comment, if I may. Thank you. I would appreciate some more thorough notes when it comes to the minutes. I think a lot of the context was missing from some of these comments when I compare it to past minutes of this meeting. In particular, there was some comments made, I believe one of my colleagues to the left, Mr. Barnhart, brought up some very good comments about dockside green and having more dockside greens to offset capital costs. I enjoyed the comments and thought it was something worth having documented, and I see that missing from the minutes of the past meetings. So I would like to see the minutes amended to reflect those comments and suggestions.
Generally, I'll let Larissa or Sonia speak to it.
Just for information for the committee, I'm Sonia Santarosa, the corporate officer for those that don't know me. The standard practice and CRD guidelines and best practices for minutes are to capture a summary of what was discussed, not to indicate or attribute specific comments to individuals in the minutes. So that's the guidelines that we follow when preparing our minutes. I'll leave it up to the committee though, however those are our guidelines. So I believe you're making reference to having specific comments attributed in the minutes, and that's not our standard practice.
Okay, and just in that regard, I didn't catch your hand up at the time, so I allowed you to speak, but Carol, the minutes have already been adopted, so we're on that, past that to chair's remarks. No, we moved them, seconded them, everybody voted on them. We moved to chair's remarks, and I realized I hadn't caught Greg's, I'd seen his hand, but it didn't register. That's why I let him speak afterwards.
And it just went at lightning speed. I was expecting you to acknowledge him, and then all of a sudden the minutes were voted on without really, I don't think, a proper opportunity to comment on them.
Thank you. So it was with regard to item 4. The next item is the Capital Regional District Board Procedures Bylaw.